What's going on, guys? Sarah Mature here. Welcome to a new and different video. Today is going to be the very first intro into the video series I'm going to be starting up, which is going to be an Overwatch hero tip video series. Basically, I'm going to be grabbing random heroes or heroes that I play with personally, and I'm going to be going over their abilities, their weaknesses, and their strengths, and so forth, and basically their overall gameplay in the current Overwatch meta. Now, today's video is going to be no other about Soldier 76. Now, if you're a fan of Overwatch, I would like to think that Soldier 76 needs no intro. He's been one of the main faces of Overwatch since its release a few years back. So let's hop right in and start talking about his abilities. Now, to start off, we're going to talk about his gun. His gun is called the Heavy Pulse Rifle, which gives you a really good fire rate with little to no recoil, giving you that ability, if you're good enough and accurate, to pack in that damage with those crazy crit shots. For his next ability, we have his Hilux Rockets. His Hilux Rockets are basically projectiles that shoot out the bottom of his heavy pulse rifle that deals pretty much a decent damage to any enemy hero, no matter the distance of it from contact, but it does have a pretty small blast radius. Next, we have his Sprint, which is basically his ability to run fast. I mean, I don't really have to explain the Sprint, do I? Next, we have his Biotic Field, which gives him the ability to what I like to call off-heal. Now, before I continue, off-healing is a term I like to use when a hero that is a non-healer has the ability to self-heal and or heal his surrounding teammates. That's pretty much what the Biotic Field is. And last but not least, we have his ultimate, which is called the Tactical Visor, giving him the ability to lock onto any enemy hero within the close proximity of his phone. Shut up! From close proximity of his crosshairs, giving him the ability to lock on, hit every single shot without fail. Alright, now we're going to move into his gameplay. I'm sorry, I'm reading off a list. I typed everything up. Soldier 76 is an aggressive / suppressive DPS hero who specializes in suppressing shield tanks, inflicting low DPS, and healing heroes, as well as being in front of most intense pushes on the payload and or control point. Now, I would like to take that with a grain of salt because Soldier 76 isn't the best at control point. It's really only good for payload when the map is pushing, so that way it gives him the ability to constantly keep flanking those pesky non-shield tank heroes, shield tank heroes and DPS heroes, giving him the ability to be very annoying and basically on the crowd control. Now let's move into his weaknesses. Alright, as you all may know, Soldier 76 hasn't been, top tier lately as of the current meta of Overwatch, now that we have the old GOAT shit going on right now, especially since Sigma's being released. But let's not get off topic. His weaknesses are any high DPS heroes like Roadhog, Reaper, Hanzo, Widow, Junkrat, Ana, etc, etc, etc. His only defense against those heroes is basically his ability to not have a defense besides his sprint, or if you want to call it his Biotic Field. Basically, when Soldier's he's in a little ball, he basically either runs or he keeps shooting. And in my opinion, you should probably keep shooting because no damage is better. No damage is not better than any damage at all. I would rather you keep putting damage on a hero until you die to make it easier for your teammates to cop him off. But let's keep on talking. I want to get off topic. Now, I don't know if I said this, but another big weakness for him is non-shield tank heroes like Roadhog and or D.Va and or Hammond. Well, I wouldn't say Hammond because I kill him a pretty decent amount, but like I said, those basically people who aren't stagnant, aren't stationary, who can pretty much evade and kill with their own abilities as well. Now let's talk about his other weakness, which is basically his heavy pulse rifle. The reason why I say that, even though I think it's a really good gun and I love it to death, it can be very inconsistent. It can be very inconsistent with the different compositions of the enemy team. With your composition, it can be very inconsistent with the distance between you and the enemy. It can be very inconsistent dealing damage consistently if they're getting killed. If you're not hitting the right shots, you have to be very accurate with Soldier to be a threat, I may say. If you're not hitting headshots, you're not going to be hitting any shots, basically. And it crashed. Okay, that was terrible. I thought my Sulfur Christ. But let's keep talking. He's not a really good matchup for pretty much any snipers in the game, or pretty much almost any heroes that can do pretty much more damage than he can do. He's only good for crowd control when it comes down to high HP comps. Being that annoying, being that person that's constantly on the healers, constantly on the DPS flanking. Yes, you may be dying a lot, but you're doing your job as providing that crowd control so your team can get that push off when they need it. Now let's get off to his strengths. Even though I think his strengths are definitely outweighed by his weaknesses, Another really good strength of Soldier 76 is his Hilux rockets. Giving him the ability to finish off any very close gunfights is very good in Overwatch. Being the fact that spawn times can vary depending on the game, getting that extra damage to knock off anyone who's about to kill you is really good, as you may see with this clip right here that I just knocked out the Widow. Hey, any damage is better than non-damage. And also his Hilux rocket is really good for knocking people off, staggering them. When you get slapped with those Hilux rockets, this can be very damaging to you. Now, another one of his abilities is to be able to be so god dang aggressive towards the enemy team. You may not notice it, but having a very aggressive Soldier 76, especially one who's very consistent with his shots, can be very detrimental to a downfall of a team's composition. Being that aggressive can be really helpful on your team because he has the tools to be aggressive. The player itself just has to have the accuracy to be that damn deadly. Now I'm going to start going into his suppressive fire. He's very good at suppressive fire. Even though he may not be as good as suppressive as spam damage like a Junkrat maybe or a Bastion, he can be really good at knocking out some shield tanks. I'm just saying, he can knock out some shields pretty easy if you're consistent with him. Like when I see a Reinhardt, I just keep shooting at the shield. I don't care about the Widow in the back, I don't care about the Mercy constantly healing him. He's not taking any damage, so why would I worry about the Mercy? If I knock that shield out, that's going to leave everyone open for damage for not just me, but my entire team. He's really good at that because he has a gun that shoots fast, reloads fast, and he has a Hilux rocket which do a pretty decent damage. It doesn't do the best and the fastest damage, but it gets the job done if you're playing the right compositions. Now this isn't really an ability, this is just basically how the character's made. Soldier 76 has a really small hitbox, and when you combo his hitbox with the jumping properly, if you know how to do it good, his small hitbox can be one of his biggest strengths, because when he is running around and jumping at you, he's hard to fucking hit. Soldier 76's bottom line is just hard to hit, in my opinion, especially if you don't have a Reaper, when it has a very large reticle, a very large space to aim in. If you don't have that big area to aim in, he's going to be very difficult. Now his last strength, if not his best strength in his entire character, is his tactical visor, his ultimate. His ultimate giving him an ability to lock onto anyone, giving that significant damage without fail of missing, with no chance of missing, 100% accuracy all the time if you're smart. And if you're using it right like I do, his priority takes place in knocking off those pesky DPS heroes like a Junkrat, or getting rid of those crazy good heals like a Mercy or Ana. But his best use for it is catching people off guard and or flanking, which is primary Soldier's best use, is flanking and getting in the face and being aggressive, being that annoying SOB, having that crowd control, especially with an ultimate that has the ability to not miss anyone at all. Come on, that's a pretty good strength if you ask me. Now, if you're like me, I've been playing Soldier 76 inconsistently, but when I first started playing Overwatch on console, I played him a lot. And I can tell from day one Soldier to now current meta Soldier, he is definitely a weaker hero, 100%. And if you take that into consideration, the only hero Soldier is just a guy with a gun. And that's how a lot of people see him. And I feel like that's kind of inconsiderate, because he can be definitely a lot more. But just like every hero in the game, well, almost every hero in the game, majority of them, it matters on the person playing the character. If you're accurate and you can hit those shots, and if you're smart enough to communicate with your team and you're playing the character the way it's supposed to be played, or the best way you love to play the character, you will be just as effective as you need to be, as long as your composition calls for it. A lot of people need to understand that. People say, oh, Soldier sucks, Soldier this, Soldier that. Listen, every character can suck with the wrong composition, okay? As long as you're smart, as long as you're accurate, Soldier's a very strong character on attack. I wouldn't say defense, because he doesn't have the abilities to be defensive. He has no defenses against anyone, not even damn self. So he's definitely seen better days with the constant buffs. So I don't really know if he's gotten that many buffs. I don't think he has, but the constant nerfs over the past year and a half or so, really making him a worser, that's not a word, Reggie, a worse hero, especially the fall off damage nerf, which I'm still pissed off about. But it makes a lot of sense. Having a very strong character in a game, having him being virtually strong on doesn't matter what type of compositions he's on, is practically overpowered. And if you want to have a game like Overwatch, who loves adding in new characters, making things different, adding a lot more mix-ups with compositions, you gotta have some balance, you gotta have some leeway, you gotta have some room for error. You gotta have a character who can be played in a certain way, but also can't be played in another way, to make the game balanced, to make the game funner to play for not just one person, but from everyone. this has been a tips video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And like I said, I am not an Overwatch expert. I'm just simply going off of what I've seen and my personal experience playing with Soldier. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, or anything that I missed or I fucked up on, comment down below. Let me know so I can become a better player just like everyone else in the world. So I love you all. Thank you all for watching the video. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Check the description. All social media is down below, and watch the end of the video. I got some pretty decent clips in there about my ultimates and all that good jazzy stuff and jazzy. Anyways, guys, this has been Cyreps sharing one video. No, it's the other way around. Sharing in one experience, one video at a time. Thank you all for watching. Peace out. Popping it.
Yeah, I almost had mine.
I got it. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Oh shit. Let's go.